Well, modern medicine is always looking for a quick fix. Now, a new one is trying to conquer the health world. The so-called Miracle Mineral supplement was created back in 2006 and was originally created as a water treatment product.
Now, these days, it's marketed as a cure-all for everything from malaria to cancer, and it sells thousands of units each year. However, experts warn that the combination of chemicals in this solution not only makes it useless as a remedy, but could in fact be more dangerous in the long term.
OK, let's get some more on this now from Dr. Cindy Pan. Good morning to you, Cindy.
Good morning.
Let's firstly talk about what Miracle Mineral claims to do.
Well, it claims to cure everything from HIV, malaria, hepatitis to cancer, acne, you name it, pneumonia. It's sort of marketed as a kind of a cure-all, but unfortunately it doesn't really work.
Well, how is it supposed to work?
Well, I think that there's a kind of a scientific mumbo-jumbo that they explain that, oh, it's got oxidative properties and therefore it works as a kind of a antioxidant, but also that it kind of targets the pathogenic molecules and kind of blasts them. It's almost a bit science fiction-y, but it just doesn't make any sense. It's that combination of pseudoscience and confusing mumbo-jumbo.
OK, there's the mumbo-jumbo not making sense. Then there's the side of this that actually has health professionals worried. Right?
Yeah.
What are the concerns around it?
Well, when you make it up, particularly with the citric acid that they recommend, it turns into essentially a very powerful form of bleach. And yeah, in the short term, it can cause nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, dehydration and lowered blood pressure. And then in the long term, it has more serious potential side effects like neurodevelopmental problems, respiratory problems, yeah, all kinds of problems. Because basically you're talking about adding drops of what is essentially like an industrial strength bleach and ingesting it, but part of it as well is that they suggest that over time you increase your dosage, and you know, I've read some things whereby, you know, people will say, oh well, if you're not noticing the benefits, then maybe you're not taking enough, so you just, you know, it's quite dangerous.
Cindy, how is this stuff still on the shelf?
Well, it's being sold a lot over the internet, and I think that, you know, it's called Miracle Mineral, but I think it's like it's one of those miracles of modern marketing. It just goes to show that, you know, you can sell snake oil without the oil if you have enough kind of guff to go with it. And I think that people who are, you know, not fully informed, they can be quite gullible.
And well, they're wanting an answer, and I can understand that. I mean, why wouldn't you try anything?
Yeah.
But if this stuff is actually dangerous, that's a worry.
Yeah, it is. It's a great concern. I think that it's really important for people who are interested in trying something alternative to at least talk to their doctor and run it by them and get some kind of other perspective. So I think otherwise people are very vulnerable to just believing the marketing, and I guess people, especially people who don't have a particular science background, they're very vulnerable to thinking, well, just because it doesn't make sense to me, oh, that doesn't matter. Like, as long as they recognise a few words, they think, oh, maybe that's...
But Cindy, that's most of us.
That's right.
Not very many of us have a sort of science background. So
Yeah, that's right.
you're talking about everybody.
Yeah.
But Cindy, if you do take that to your doctor, like you suggest, what are the chances of finding a doctor who's going to look at an alternate therapy or something with not miracle, but mineral in it, and go, yeah, give that a go? Do doctors do that, or they still want you back in the fold?
Then the doctor can at least like look at it and explain why that might not be such a good idea, and also recognise the fact that you obviously have some health need that you're trying to fulfil, and perhaps offer you something else that might be a legitimate and useful therapy.
Yeah, all right. Look, thank you so much, Cindy.
It's a pleasure.
Some really important information in that one. Thank you.
Thank you.